What's good, people? How y'all doing? Oh crap! Might not be able to hear me. Hopefully that's better. Yeah. Um, how y'all doing? Um, gonna post a trade recap from today's banger. Um, yeah, let's get into it. So, we can just do bar replay again, and then go from there. So, pre-market, right? What's my bias? My bias is bearish. Why am I bearish? Okay, one, if we look here on the higher time frames, overall, we are now at all-time highs, which, that's fine, whatever, right? But we are kind of in somewhat overextended, right? Um, this was, so this is kind of what it looked like. We haven't had really any retrace since Tuesday. Today is so it was honestly since Monday as well. So like the end of Monday. So I felt like it was time for a retrace. Now, what kind of retrace was I looking for? Okay, first one, this 4 hour for value gap. Second one, I'm sure you guys can guess, equilibrium, swing low to swing high. Bang. And I actually did not end up targeting equilibrium at all, but equilibrium was something that drove my bias because, like I said, I wanted a rebalance. So mainly, I'm going to target this 4 hour for value gap. All right, so and then we can scale down, right, to the lower time frames. From there, in my model, I have to trade with an SMT, right? We're at all-time highs, so I can't really make an SMT with anything out here, right? And both pairs are really currently at all-time highs. So once again, no SMT. Targeting, I want to see this 4 hour for value gap. What else do I see? This 4 hour for value gap really isn't really the closest. And I do see this 15-minute imbalance, right? So immediately, I want to invalidate this 15-minute and then target the 4 hour imbalance, right? So at this point, market's chilling, and now I'm really just looking for an SMT to target down, right? So I'm looking for something that might look like this. Maybe a move down, high taken, boom, while ES goes like that, right? That's something that I'm looking for at this point, okay? All right. So we can let price play out here. This is what, 9:30. Okay. So let price play. We still are just ripping, right? Still waiting for an SMT here. Still just waiting for an SMT. And I believe it's not yet that we get it, I don't think. Okay, so now we got it. So, or did we? No, I don't think we did. Hold on, let me lock in. Trying to remember the SMT I took this trade off of. I don't think it's... I still think price goes up. I don't think it was then. Okay, so I was wrong. I'm definitely wrong. Where was it? Okay, here it is. Okay. I was tweaking. Alright. SMT took off of, right? You can see clearly this high. We are like what? This is just crazy divergence going on here, right? Once again, same high, just absolutely taken on ES, right? So SMT we got, and it is on the 5-minute as well. It looks really sloppy, like I said. Actually, I do believe I can let this play out a little bit. I think it pumps up a little bit before we go down. Yeah, there we go. All right, so this is really the full SMT. So once again, looks like this. The next 5-minute candle is bearish, if I do remember. So it is on the 5-minute. Yeah, I would definitely say it's more cleaner on the 3-minute and 1-minute. But once again, I'm pretty strongly bearish, so I'm okay with taking it. Right now, I ended up taking 3 trades in total today. 2 on my funded, 1 on my live. Okay. Obviously, my live I care more about it, so I'm taking more like high probability trades, right? So on the funded account, I wanted to see this 15-minute get inversed, right? And then I wanted to target the 4-hour imbalance, right? That's what I wanted on my live, right? On my funded, you know, we just got an SMT. Why not? Once again, we can target the 15-minute imbalance, right? So I let price play out. I believe I wait. Okay. All right. Never mind. I already entered. I believe I entered off of this small 1-minute retrace, and when I saw selling pressure out, somewhere right here, my stop loss was at the. This would have been. Once again, I'm thinking to have this 15-minute imbalance as my take profit one, right? This risk to reward is not that good, right? So instead, I put my stop loss at the. Remember, this is the. Wait, I'm tweaking. Oh, this is the SMT that I did on the 15-minute. It was something like this. So once again, still just looks something like this. Not really that good, right? When we made this, though, that is ultimately why I took the trade on my live account. I ended up just taking this as my SMT on the funded account. So once again, I took it as soon as we retraced to, I believe, this small 1 minute. And this is a really bad risk reward, right? So instead, I put my stop loss at the opening price of this candle. So trade was like something like this. Wait, no, my entry was a little bit worse. In total, it was literally like exactly a 1-to-1. So it looks something like this. Kind of scary. Not gonna lie. Was take profit hit? Absolutely. Was I scared? Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I was shooting bricks. But because of this, though, this made me more confident because now this became a much clearer SMT, right? This is a clear high. This is a clear high. This high clearly did not get swept, and this high clearly did, right? So overall, like now I'm much more comfortable taking the trade, right? So on my live account, that is. So once again, I wanted to see this 15-minute get inversed, right? I wanted to see it get invalidated. But, so this was my first trade on my funded account, which ended up hitting, right? So I'm going to go ahead and delete that. So I want to see this get invalidated, right? Let price play out a little bit. And now, basically, this candle closes, this 15-minute, right? This one right here. Looks like we were going to invalidate it, and then we didn't, right? And I didn't want to wait for this 15 minutes of candle to fully invalidate this because I felt like obviously we have some pretty strong bearish momentum going on here. I had a really good feeling I would have entered all the way down here. This would have, I believe that this was going to be a strong bearish 15-minute. So instead, I was ready to enter just off of the 5-minute inverse. Once again, I don't remember exactly where. Executions are on all my socials though, so if y'all don't, you know what I'm saying, if you want to see the executions. I believe I entered somewhere right here. Stop loss was at, when we respected this right here. So we retrace into this 1-minute fair value gap barely, right there. We see selling pressure out, so I put my stop loss at this high, right? When I only take profit was this, I think. Okay, my entry was better than that. It was like a 3.3 risk reward, so something like this. And then, yeah, I'll go ahead and play it out. And then, what I was afraid of. Okay, so we retraced back to this 1-minute fair value gap, right? As you can see. So at this point, I've taken this short earlier on my funded account, and I'm in a trade on my live account, right? We retrace back to this 1-minute for value gap, and then I'm just like, okay, let's enter again on my funded account, but de-risk, de-risk and just be more cautious because I did almost lose, and I didn't even make much, and yeah. So I enter immediately once we retrace back into this 1 minute fair value gap because I thought it looked better, and I put a wider stop. Stop loss was at the top of this fair value gap in case we did retrace back. Honestly, I definitely should have put it like this, but it is what it is. Once again, I could afford a better, a, 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 a bigger stop loss since I did have a better entry. Right. So at this point, I'm in on my funded and I'm in on my live, right? But what else do we see at this point? Yep. So the 10 a.m. for value gap closes, right? Okay, so it's showing me the full it's showing me the full 4 hour candle, but I don't know why it's showing me the full. It's literally it's acting like we're all the way down here. You can see if I mark out that this candle's low. Oops. And then if we scale down to the 5 minute, we are not all the way here. So I don't know why it's doing that, but essentially this candle was all the way up here, okay? And we still had this 4 hour imbalance that was unfilled, okay? So I was scared that we would fill in this 4 hour imbalance right here and respect it. So on my funded account, I was trailing my stop as soon as we hit this. And on my live account, I just put my stop at break even, okay? And that's really it. That's all the explanation you really need to know. We see that you see this. We do come back. Looks like we're about to respect it, right? I ended up getting out about right around here, actually, on my funded account because, like I said, I was trailing my stop loss because I already took a trade on there, and I didn't want to, risk more than I needed to. Like, I already took a trade on that account, right? In my live account, my stop loss was at break even, right? So we can let price play out now. And essentially, I did not get out on break even on my live account, and I ended up catching this whole move on my live. Now on my funded account, I got out like right here for like literally like $20, like literally break even basically. Very, very unfortunate. I could have made a lot more. I could have made so much money on my live account. As you can see, full take profit hit. I honestly don't remember if we. Yeah, okay, so equilibrium of this whole move, I believe, was somewhere around like right here. It was towards the bottom of this fair value gap, which I don't think ever got hit. So I'm glad I never had that as like an actual take profit. But essentially, this was the trade. All 3 trades actually. So on my funded account, I really only took this short into this 15-minute fair value gap that I wanted to see and get invalidated, so I would enter on my live account. And it did get invalidated. I entered on my live. Once I got a better entry, I entered on my funded account and trailed my stop on my funded and didn't on my live. Live was at BE. Funded was trailed, so I got out on my funded because I was trailing my stop, and I got BE on and I have my live account on BE, which did not get out, and I ended up catching this whole entire down move. So today was a very, very clean day. Honestly, if you do trade my model, I do believe this was really a trade you should have taken. This is really, I wouldn't quite say A+, but this is definitely an A setup for me. Once again, the actual trade that I took on my live, so it looked something like this, nearly a 0 drawdown trade. Only was in drawdown because we retraced into this 1 minute fair value gap that we ended up respecting, right? So once again, basically a 0 drawdown trade. Really good trade. And yeah, why was my daily bias bearish? Like I said, I felt like we were overextended, right? Now, for tomorrow, anything really can happen. I feel like we've made this move down, so either during PM session, or actually it is PM session right now, so either during ASA session, I would like to see maybe equilibrium down here and then target all-time highs again, or this 4 hour BPR that might be getting made, or we just stay stagnant and choppy and then maybe hit equilibrium and then go up. But this is really the trade, boys. Pretty clean. The SMT was kind of choppy on the 5, but it's definitely way clearer on the 3. I do like to see it more on the 5, but once again, it's not really the end of the world. Um, but yeah, boys. Not really much I could have improved on. Other than I should have just put my funded account at break even as well. Maybe I just got greedy with my trailing my stop because on my funded account I am I'm red on my funded account. So that's probably why I did it. But shouldn't have let my emotions control me. Should have just put it at break even. If I did, I would have made so much more money on my funded account today. I'm talking on my funded account I made 0.5%, $250 because on this trade I risked 0.5% targeting the 15 minute and it was a 1-to-1. I made like 230 only because I had to round down on contracts and stuff. If I just kept my stop loss or my take profit down here, I would have made because I did it at first and I like marked it out and then that's when I was like I got nearly stopped out right here. So I was like, okay, once we just retrace back down to here, I'm just gonna take my profit, right? And if I just would have held it all the way down here, I would have made 1.7K, which is 3.1% on a 50K per 5 accounts, by the way. So it would have been so much money, but I still made quite a bit on my live account anyway, so not really upset. And market gives endless opportunities, boys. You gotta walk in like you know what you're doing every single day, right? But yeah, that's the trade recap. I hope that helps y'all, boys. If you do trade like me, I really do hope y'all took this trade because it was a clean one. Not gonna lie to y'all, it was pretty clean. But yeah, boys. Hope that helps, and I'll catch y'all. Peace.